Let's go to Kevin Harlan, Clark Kellogg, and Steve Kerr out at the New Orleans Arena as tip-off approaches.
Somebody bring me back.
And a tip-off opening night. State Farm presents our starting lineups. First for the Magic, Jameer Nelson is out there with a flower. We've got Glenn Davis each and every night. So important to utilize that size under the basket, and you know he'll be contributing in every way he can here tonight. And it's Hedo Turkoglu, and it's Harrington in at the 4. And for New Orleans, manning the backcourt, it's Rivers and Gordon. And manning the middle, a champion in his lone season at Kentucky. And the 2012 #1 pick overall, shot blocker extraordinaire, Anthony Davis. He's thrilled for this one. Everyone will be watching now how he does in his first NBA official game. Then there's Al Farouk Aminu, and it's Anderson, and at the 4-man position. Here's a follow.
And Austin Rivers with only 1 season at Duke, but for a rookie, he's a very polished ball handler and scorer, kind of a combo guard. A nice crossover to get into the lane, and he's fearless late in games. He loves the pressure.
Here's Nelson, and the rebound goes to the Hornets. Davis kicks to Gordon, and it's good. Gordon's got his first basket of the night.
If he gets a glimpse of an opening, he's going to take it right to the rim.
And guys, you did mention Rivers' polish offensively. He's the son of Celtics coach Doc Rivers, so basketball has been the family business ever since he could go back and remember it. Austin grew up around the game, and he's had a lifetime of preparation in terms of what it looks like to be a pro. From his dad, from his dad's players. His skill level in a lot of ways is ahead of most rookies.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thank you, Kevin. The Magic head coach and I had a chance to talk just for a bit. He said that one player he's really wary of is Anthony Davis, adding he can impact the game in so many ways. Defense, shot blocking, rebounding, and scoring. He's still adding muscle, and we've got to capitalize on that strength advantage at both ends. Kevin, that's the MO for any young player. We'll see how he stands up to it.
Thanks again, Doris.
Well, last year the Chris Paul saga really dominated the headlines for New Orleans. But when you look back to it, Paul handled it very maturely. He didn't go to the press and whine and complain. He was very quiet in his approach with management. He told them what he wanted. I thought they were respectful of him. And the whole thing ended up working out probably as well as it possibly could. Well done, finishing that one off.
Nelson against Rivers. And here's Turkoglu for 3. Good, and a nice assist from Nelson. Turkoglu's got 5 points so far.
He's going to take that shot every time if he has that much room to get it off.
See, that's a good point. In this day and age, when a lot of trade demands are done through the media, Paul and the Hornets seem to make the most of what could have been, I think, Clark, a pretty ugly situation.
Well said, Kevin. They did do a good job in handling that, and you got to give both sides credit. If a player isn't happy, he doesn't have to make all sorts of waves about it. Just tell the team and see if they can work together to get a amicable solution.
Well, no defense. He didn't really need to do the double pump.
The Magic have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Nelson kicks to Turkoglu. Davis dishes to Harrington. Goes back up. He lays it in with a soft touch. Harrington's got his second bucket tonight.
And defensively, you want to keep the ball as far away from the hoop as possible.
Yeah, because he's too good inside, Steve. He'll make you pay every time in there.
Anderson inside. Harrington's there. Puts it up. And Rivers gets it to go in on the assist from Ryan Anderson. And it's 6 points for Austin Rivers. Nelson, the pass to Harrington. The basket good off the assist from Nelson. Here's Rivers. 6 points for him. Inside. Aminu kicks to Davis. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Anthony Davis, the #1 overall pick in the draft. A national champion and most outstanding player of the Final Four with Kentucky. And the potential is just incredible. So skilled, so big, good kid, likes coaching, loves basketball. He's got an incredible future ahead of him.
Jason Smith, he's checked in for Ryan Anderson. Rivers with it. Smith, left side. Outside, Gordon. The tray, and it's blocked. Here's a Flalo. The shot, no good.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Now here's Rivers. He's guarded closely. Can't get it to go. Orlando leading. And going against New Orleans, their first game of the NBA's regular season. Flalo, no good. Cuts off the pass. Here's Nelson, and he finishes at the rack.
And defensively, you want to keep the ball as far away from the hoop as possible.
Yeah, because he's too good inside, Steve. I mean, he'll make you pay every time in there.
Now here is Davis. He has 5. Here's Rivers. And again, New Orleans has no luck. And it's the Magic's ball. They're on a 17-7 run. Nicholson passes to Harrington. A follow. Back to Harrington. He's covered by Aminu. Harrington dishes to Turkoglu. An easy 2 points on the layup. Turkoglu's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Carving him up inside there, Kevin. I mean, the defense has been vulnerable in there.
Yeah, that's 3 straight field goals in the paint area. That's really good offense.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Clark for Davis, the offense going to come, but, you know, he is seen as a player who can be a franchise defensive presence. And that might be enough right there.
Well, last year in college, he averaged 5 block shots per game, the most blocks ever by an NCAA freshman, 4th overall in the history of NCAA hoops. So he's going to block shots, and he actually keeps a lot of them in bounds. So that'll impact any team he plays for, even at the NBA level.
The shot by Redick, no good.
Oh, I'm shocked he didn't make that one. He usually knocks that one down with ease.
Davis kicks to Smith. Back to Davis. Lets it go from 14. And he nails the jumper. Davis has got 7 points in the game. Magic leading by 4. Davis with the double team. Now Duhan. Kicks it to Redick. Dishes it to Richardson. Davis kicks to Richardson. And the 3 off target. The Hornets have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Gordon the pass to Davis. With the lead pass, here's Henry. Shot is blocked. Here's Smith. Gets it to go.
Well, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yeah, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket.
Duhan dishes to Richardson. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Duhan. Richardson's got his first points of the game.
Well, everyone seems to have the hot hand here early on.
You know, if they keep up this scoring pace, we'll definitely see some big point totals from both of these teams.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Magic lead.
Next Sunday.
And welcome back as we get rolling again here. A fresh NBA season tipping off here. And when you consider how the Magic are doing, Steve and Clark, what do you think?
And how about the defense, guys? They have really controlled the lane with their shot blocking.
Yeah, excellent defense there. Every shot has either been altered or rejected.
Flalo, that's good. The Hornets trail by 6.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? The writing was pretty much on the wall for the Magic last year in the playoffs when they learned that Dwight Howard would not be available. They tried but just couldn't put up much of a fight against a big Indiana Pacers team.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Gentlemen, there's no doubting the whole Dwight Howard saga wore on the entire city of Orlando, and it certainly wore down his Orlando teammates. Despite losing a franchise big man, in some ways, it's a relief to move on and start fresh. Shooting guard J.J. Redick said, quote, "Chemistry is a very fragile thing. The team dynamic of how guys rely on each other, how guys trust each other, all that stuff is very fragile." Asked about the leadership void that existed, frankly, even before Dwight left, Redick says, "Listen, I'm a big fan of collective responsibility. You've got to do your job, and then as a group, you've got to hold each other accountable. If we're going to turn this corner, it's got to be a group mentality to man up." Kevin, at least now everybody's working together.
No question, Doris. Everyone's got to be invested and on board, or it just doesn't work. As you said, with the Howard injury for the Magic, injuries can be cruel like that, and the Pacers made quick work of it.
Beat them in 5.
They sure did.
Yeah.
Steve, that was a pretty good series.
It was. Well, Orlando won the first game, and it looked like maybe they could pull off the upset. But in the end, the talent and the depth of the Pacers was just too much.
A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Davis is checked in for Lopez. Henry comes in for Hakeem Ward. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Roger Mason. And it's Rivers in for Vasquez. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Glenn Davis is checked in for Nicholson. Turkoglu comes in for Al Harrington. Quentin Richardson's checked in for Harkless. And Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Ish Smith.
Well, the things to love about Anthony Davis, he's 6'10", he's got a 7'4" wingspan. He can block shots, but he's quick enough to cover out on pick and roll. And he's so good offensively. He's got an array of skills down on the block. Left-handed jump hooks, turnaround jumper. It's just a matter of him getting stronger so that he can hold up to the physical play in the NBA.
Passes to Rivers. A leaner. Orlando grabs the miss. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. They'll be off to Charlotte for a meeting with the Bobcats after this one. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
Well, and you know the fans out in Charlotte are desperately hoping for a win there.
And for Anthony Davis, Clark, a great combination of length and mobility, great defense, timing. He grew so much in high school. He began as a point guard, so he has a lot of those skills still.
Yeah, and he's actually very good defensively. He's got an understanding of how to play defensively. He's got the mobility to be able to effectively defend some of those mobile, good shooting forwards that are part of the NBA now. I think he's been fighting his shot a little bit. He's not getting many of them to drop right now. Well, let's take a look at where New Orleans ended up rank-wise in the league last year, Kevin. 13th in field goal percentage, 15th in free throw percentage. As for the assist numbers, not as strong for them. Top 20 in the league. They certainly are capable of much better in that area.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Jason Smith, he's checked in for Davis. And it's Aminu in for Ryan Anderson. Here is Duhan. He's guarded by Rivers. And here's Turkoglu from the arc. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Duhan.
Fellas, they are heating up from outside now.
Yep, of their last 5 hoops, 3 of them have come from long range.
Here's Smith. The leaner falls for it. That was a difficult shot.
And he knows how to finish when he gets that close to the hoop.
From about 16, no good from Turkoglu.
You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that.
Stolen away. Duhan kicks to Turkoglu. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Well, he's boxed out, and when that happens, you know, at some point you have to just turn and get back defensively. That time he went right over the top.
Yeah, but you go straight on the top of another player's back, that's going to be a foul call every time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Robin Lopez is checked in for Jason Smith. Warwick comes in for Xavier Henry. Roger Mason has checked in for Eric Gordon. And it's Vasquez in for Rivers. Here's Turkoglu. And Redick kicks to Nicholson. He dishes it to Turkoglu. Aminu over to help. Second chance shot. And the basket by Turkoglu. Turkoglu's got 5 points in the quarter.
Now, there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
For the Magic, Harkless is checked in for Turkoglu. Swallow comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's Ish Smith in for Chris Duhon. Oh, and the jam by Harkless.
An open lane right there. Pretty much saw the daylight he wanted and took advantage.
Yeah, great opportunity, and he seized it without much hesitation.
Yeah, a little too easy, if you ask me. The defense really needs to tighten things up here.
Here's Lopez. And Harkless pulls it down. Magic leading by 12.
Defensive foul.
You know, anytime you're going to try to compare the strength of the conferences, I think you need to look at the bottom. And the Hornets were the bottom of the West, but still fared pretty well against the East.
I like that method. That's a pretty good recipe. And it's Smith missing.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, guys, Anthony Davis was such a star at Kentucky that we even saw fans on the team mascot sporting his trademark unibrow. Davis said, "When I first got to Kentucky, guys told me, you need to cut it. It doesn't look good. You look like Burt." So I was actually thinking I need to cut this. But after a while, I decided it's me. It's my brand. I like the way it is. So everybody just started embracing it. Kevin, you gotta like that sense of self.
Yeah, they had T-shirts and everything featuring the brow in college at Kentucky. And I'm sure it's going to continue here in the NBA. The shot by Harkless, no good.
Well defended. I mean, he's not someone who responds well to that kind of defensive pressure.
The shot's good from Lopez. Going back to what you said, the Hornets finished with 21 wins last year, right? And 7 of them came against Eastern foes.
1/3.
Yeah, there's something there, Steve.
Well, I think more than anything, it just tells you that the East wasn't very good. I mean, to be honest, they went 7-11 against Eastern Conference foes and 21 wins overall. So this was a bad Hornets team faring decently against a bad conference.
The Hornets trail by 12. Vasquez kicks to Aminu. Shot denied. Guys, we have seen them with a lot of good ball movement.
Well, you like the smooth operating they're showing you here. I mean, things are clicking, and more importantly, it makes them tough to defend.
Yeah, there's no agenda. I mean, the ball's just moving to whoever is open, and as a result, they've kind of developed a clicking kind of pace to their game. It's been fun to watch.
Shot's good. Orlando with the ball. Smith the pass to Harrington. Aflalo sinks that one from the post. Aflalo's got 9.
Kevin, nice high percentage look right there.
And so we conclude the first half. Magic out in front.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
44.
Live out in Oak.
And welcome back. 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. What a season in store for us. Al Harrington having a dominant impact in this game.
Yeah, give him credit. He's been very selective with his shots, and it's paying off for him and his team.
You know, he's taken exactly what the defense has given him, and he's not forced anything. That's exactly how you should play the game, in my opinion.
Here is Nelson. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. The 11-footer. Harrington can't get it to go. Now here's Rivers. Gets it to go. Rivers has got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Hornets.
Good job using his speed advantage to create the separation he needed for the shot. I think the big thing when you look at Rivers, guys, is the confidence with which he plays. Remember his one season at Duke? He was always the guy at the end of games to take the big shot. Not afraid of the moment at all.
Not at all. He doesn't shy away from the bright lights or the pressure-packed late-game situations. Loves to attack off the dribble. Excellent crossover and the size to get things done in the air against good defenders.
Off the drop step. There's the bucket. Good. Rivers has got 11 points.
And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint, so defensively you've got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, and you got to do a little more to stop it, too. I mean, it's coming way too easy for them. At some point, you just got to buck up and say it's not going to happen.
And that one's good.
They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight points, guys, all coming inside the paint.
And, Steve, if I'm them, I'd keep going right to the heart of that defense like they have been until they do something about it. If they don't offer resistance, take everything you can get in there.
Magic leading by 13.
Well, Orlando had its ups and downs last year, Kevin, but one thing they were able to do pretty well was hold their own against the West. Not a great record, but they're able to win some games against the Western Conference teams, and that's not an easy thing to do.
To the inside. Here's Gordon. Nails the baby hook. Gordon's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, he's been scoring pretty well on just a few attempts. It might help them out if he was a bit more assertive.
Here's Nelson. Here's Davis. And their work on the board pays off with the second chance points. Davis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And we see him get so many points that way because the effort is there constantly on the offensive glass.
He kicks it to Gordon. From the right block, the shot is good. Gordon's got 6. And the East as a whole struggled to get wins against the West. We all know that. But the Orlando Magic were able to get 7 wins last year, which, given their injury struggles, Clark, throughout the body of the season, isn't that bad.
Kevin, it wasn't just injury struggles. It was in-house fighting as well. I mean, we all know about the drama of last season. Had a little reality TV going on there in Orlando, and it looked to take its toll on the team and how they played throughout the latter part of the season.
The free throw drops for Afflalo.
Well, Kevin, after the Chris Paul trade, you knew it was going to be a tough year for the Hornets, especially with some other injuries they had, and it was. Ended with the worst home record in the Western Conference.
Clark, never easy watching a team rebuild and struggle like the Hornets, but they knew they would have to do some of that at some point, and I guess, Steve, they feel they're going to be okay.
Well, they did the right thing. They revamped, they retooled, and obviously got lucky in the lottery. They were able to draft Anthony Davis. But they've got some nice young pieces now on that team, and it looks to be a franchise on the rise.
You let him get to the rim, and that's exactly what's going to happen. You deserve that.
Yeah, he's more than capable. You're right, Clark, of providing some great highlight reel material.
Yes, sir.
And for a point guard to finish like that, I mean, that is just special.
Here's Rivers. Right around him with the drop step. Rivers has got 9 points here in the second half.
They've raised their field goal percentage just above 50% here. They actually look like a totally different team than what we saw in the first half. Much better execution offensively.
Davis kicks to Afflalo. Here's Harrington. The shot no good. Gordon with the defensive effort. The Hornets trail by 13. The pass to Anderson. It's stolen by Davis. And now Afflalo pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Boy, he's been good offensively tonight. I really like what I've seen.
Hornets have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half.
Well, trying times for Eric Gordon last season. Traded to the Hornets for Chris Paul, and then in the first game of the season injured his knee. Ended up getting knee surgery in February. Missed a lot of time. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this season.
Afflalo, no good. The Hornets have gotten nearly everything to drop this quarter. They're 7 of 8 from the floor since halftime. And Davis can't get it to go. The Magic leading by 13. And Steve, I think...
Wow, look at that athletic play. Incredible.
Wow.
Ammonia strong finish right there, partner. You hear me? That was ammonia strong.
Yeah, ripped it down with 2 hands.
That's about as high percentage as you can get.
That was a nice replay. Brought to you by Sprite. Quentin Richardson's checked in for Orlando. Duhon comes in for Jameer Nelson. And Davis throws it down.
He's short for the center position, but he makes up for it with tremendous leaping ability.
The Magic shooting inefficient, 53% from the field. Duhan with the ball. Picked up by Rivers. Here's Turkoglu. Davis. And good coming off the assist from Hedo Turkoglu. Turkoglu's got 5 assists in the game.
That's 5 straight hoops in the paint. What a fantastic job of attacking the rim.
Well, Steve, they're getting the looks that they want down there, so might as well keep going right at the rim. If there's no resistance, then make them pay.
Aflalo dishes to Turkoglu. 1:39 left in the third. The dish to Davis. And good coming off the assist from Hedo Turkoglu. Turkoglu's got his 6th assist on the night.
That's 4 straight field goals coming inside the paint.
Boy, they're taking it right to him, Steve, and the defense has really been way too passive for my liking.
And they're able to recover. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And that's 11 points for Anthony Davis.
He's been hot for most of this game, and if he keeps it up, his team could turn things around.
Richardson for 3. Basket is good. The assist from Turkoglu. Turkoglu's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Rivers kicks to Aminu. The feed now to Davis. Orlando grabs the miss.
And that rebound pushes their margin to +5 on the board. Solid job on the glass.
Well, it's just part of what they've done here to build this big lead, and it shouldn't be overlooked. I mean, rebounding is a huge part of this game.
Now here's Rivers, fended by Duhan. Rivers passes to Davis. Gordon dishes to Rivers. The dish now to Davis. Got a piece of it. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 6 rebounds in the game.
He's laboring out there right now, guys. The shot has not been falling for him this quarter.
Here is Anderson. And here's Rivers. Over Duhan. And he beat the buzzers, but it's no good. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-shot.
Coming up this Tuesday.
I got you stuck on the realness. We be the infamous, you heard of us. Official Queensbridge.
While we're still getting underway here in the fourth, let's go down to Doris Burke, who has our Sprite Uncontainable Game Report. Doris?
And Kevin, for that great stretch the Magic put together, they get the Uncontainable Game Award. No signs of them slowing up at all as they are sharp and keep finding ways to extend their lead. Not a lot of teams in this league can pull off a dominating performance like this one.
Thanks, Doris. And guys, when you can put together that sort of streak that builds the momentum in a big way for your team, it's something.
Always, Kevin. I mean, it's impossible for a stretch like that not to influence the outcome of a game.
You know, when you're on the wrong side of a run like that, there's not a whole lot you can do. We'll see soon enough if that's indeed what makes the difference today.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Davis comes in for Robin Lopez. And it's Anderson in for Jason Smith. And the Magic making a change here as well. Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. Harrington can't get it to go.
Remember, he was hot early, 3 3-pointers in the first half, but he may have to start putting the ball on the floor. His shot's not working here in the second. Great close out there, forcing the errant shot.
Well, he made it a tough shot again. He didn't give up on it, and he got a hand up.
Hit his leg. And the ref saying he kicked it.
Hey, we all like to watch players really go after it, play with emotion and energy. So much of winning comes down to will in addition to skill, going after it, playing hard. A lot of times you see talented players who just don't have that motor, aren't revved up, and that can really be difficult for coaches.
And the Hornets making a change here. Aminu's checked in. Gordon. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. Going back to what Clark just said, that motor, Steve, is that something that can be worked on or that coaches can bring out of a player, or is it just inherent?
I kind of feel like it's inherent, Kevin. I don't think you can ever teach a guy to play harder. You can teach him techniques, and you can motivate him in certain ways to help him improve. But ultimately, when you talk about energy and motor, that's something that is just either in a player or it's not.
Pass to Davis. Pulls up. Another miss by Orlando.
Well, you know what? You really expect him to knock that jumper down when he gets a good look like that.
Gordon kicks to Mason. And out of bounds is the Magic will gain possession. And upcoming the schedule for the Orlando Magic. It's off to Charlotte for them after this game as they take on the Bobcats. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. I'm
really looking forward to see how the Lakers fare in that one.
Rivers, he's checked in for New Orleans. Another miss by Orlando. The Hornets trail by 18. Mason the pass to Davis. Tries again. No luck. And Orlando will come the other way.
He may want to start spreading the ball around a little bit. His shot is off right now.
Duhon kicks to Harrington. Over Aminu. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
At the line for the Magic.
You know, you talk about a franchise that's accustomed to playing in the postseason. The Magic fans have been a bit spoiled in that regard. Seems every year they're in the playoffs.
Well, back to the Magic. The team was founded back in 1989, and since then they have had only, 9 postseasons missed? That's a pretty good mark, Steve.
Well, between Shaq and Dwight Howard, they've enjoyed, having 2 of the best centers of all time with their franchise over the years. So now it's just a matter of, can they move forward after last season's difficult circumstances?
Hornets have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. Here's Rivers, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Looked like the defense kind of backed off him and he took advantage.
Outside for Harrington. The 3. Basket is good. The assist from Turkoglu.
For 3.
Turkoglu's got assist number 8 now on the night. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right. Aminu. Count that one.
That's right where they wanted to go with the ball on that possession.
Magic leading by 19. Nelson outside. He feeds it to Davis. Over Aminu. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Rivers. Orlando grabs the miss. Turkoglu's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Duhon. And good coming off the assist from Hedo Turkoglu. Turkoglu's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Here's Rivers.
Oh, get it! Oh, watch out now. And check out your point guard showing you major bounce above the rim.
How about this? The smaller the player, the bigger the highlight.
I love that.
And that was a highlight. Terrific finish.
And that replay sponsored by Sprite, giving us a great look at that one. Nelson dishes to Duhon. Here's Davis. The shot is off. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. Fourth quarter of play and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Rivers passes to Gordon. That's good. Gordon's got 4 points in the quarter.
This team has to tighten up inside. Way too many easy hoops in the lane.
Yep, that's 5 straight buckets they've given up from the key now, and it's hurting them.
Turkoglu kicks to Nelson. Drop steps. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Vasquez, that's good. Here's Turkoglu. Feeds it to Nelson. Dishes to Duhon. Over Davis. Another miss by Orlando. The Hornets trail by 15. And it's Gordon penetrating. Davis kicks to Vasquez. Jacks up a 3. Good.
Big mistake not having more defensive pressure on him out there.
And for the Magic, they're shooting at 50% in a decent crew. Nelson outside. Basket is good. The assist from Turkoglu. 6 points for Jameer Nelson.
Well, for him, that finger roll is almost second nature. That's a tough shot for most players.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, Monty Williams was just going over the plan with his team. He's not pleased with the careless turnovers offensively. He's saying, listen, we've got to get shots. It's as simple as that. We have to play smart and value the basketball. Kevin, did it sink in?
And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Nelson dishes to Harrington. It's stolen by Aminu. Davis the pass to Aminu, and he bangs it home with one hand.
Not stopping. There's no way to stop that. I mean, there's nothing you can do when he's coming at him like that.
Well, that's right, Clark. Steve, he is a dangerous, dangerous player.
Yeah, especially when he gets to that launching pad right there in the lane. I mean, pretty one-handed finish. That was nice. Well, he's getting it warmed up now after that cold first half.
Launches it. It's hauled in by the Magic. Turkoglu's got 6 rebounds in the game. Aflalo. Basket is good. The assist from Turkoglu. Aflalo's got 10 points in just the second half.
Just cruising to the finish line.
Yeah, and barring something catastrophic happening, it looks like they'll go home with a nice victory here.
Turkoglu kicks to Nelson. Knocked away. Kicks it to Rivers. The finish. Close the breakaway slam.
When you do moves like that and you miss, you know you're going to hear it from your coaches and your teammates.
And it's out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. And for the Hornets, they're shooting straight 49% from the field. From the arc. Al Harrington grabs the board. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Nelson dishes to Aflalo. 11 feet away. Good.
Doesn't look like they're going to take it easy on them down the stretch.
It certainly doesn't look like it. I mean, they're still aggressively attacking the basket and putting up points.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Rivers. Here's Davis. From down in the low post, it goes.
Nice putback. That's why you want guys working hard on the boards at both ends of the floor.
And so the Magic can now just hold on to the ball.
At the line for the Magic, Jameer Nelson taking 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Nelson. Both teams deciding to change it up. Both free throws good for Nelson. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here is Vasquez. Over Juhan. Misses there. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly